Eala issue. Mr. Speaker, I wish to say from the onset that I have no issue with the committee or the select committee which is going to be picking these members. The only thing, Mr. Speaker, is like what my colleagues have discussed, is that we need to get serious on this East African Parliament. So, Speaker, there are so many issues which needs to be ventilated in that Parliament, and we seem to be taking it for granted. And that is why even the question of one dominion, one united East Africa working together, or having even one leadership, Mr. Speaker, we are not making any serious progress because the people who are in that Parliament, Mr. Speaker, may not be taking up serious matters. Mr. Speaker, remember we have so many issues like cross-border clashes. We have a market that we need to look at because we have so many. If we could do trade, very good trade with this within East Africa, Mr. Speaker, I think we'll make serious progress. In my opinion, Mr. Speaker, I wish, like when you look at the formation of this House, Mr. Speaker, we have a fairly young people. When you look at the Senate, Mr. Speaker, we have a middle-aged people. Mr. Speaker, I was thinking, this East African Parliament, we should send these older people, especially these people who've been contesting on presidency and all that, so that they can go and actually debate on heavy matters that touches on East Africa. Mr. Speaker, people like Wajackoya should be sent there, Mr. Speaker. I'm expecting in that list people like Wajackoya, people like Kalonzo Musyoka mwenyewe, people like Raila Odinga, people like Gideon Moi. These are the people, Mr. Speaker, I wish to see in that list, because instead of leaving them to roam around our country and actually making our leadership a little bit disrupted, why don't we send these people to that Parliament so that they can be debating on serious matters affecting the 3 or 4 countries which are in East Africa? So, Mr. Speaker, my suggestion is that the parties which are going to be picking these individuals, if you pick, please, pick those people. Pick those leaders. ODM should bring us here Raila Odinga. Wiper Party should bring us Kalonzo Musyoka. KANU should bring us Gideon Moi. You see, and even as UDA, we will bring the Kenya Kwanza. We will look maybe for Uhuru Kenyatta. If he wishes, he should also attend. He should be in that list. So Jubilee should bring us Uhuru Kenyatta, because we don't want these great men, these statesmen, to be roaming in the country and giving trouble to our president. They should be in East Africa, debating on matters that are affecting the 4 or 5 countries, and actually ensuring that the rules and the laws that are made in those countries, that are made in that Parliament, that affect the 4 countries, are made properly. So, Mr. Speaker, that is my submission, and I'm looking forward to the day that we'll be vetting those members in this House. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Member for Taveta. Member for Taveta, where is he? He logged in and left? Oh, there you are.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to address you again. I want to contribute to the motion and agree with my colleagues who have stated earlier that we need competent people who are able to address issues of multilateral and bilateral interests of Kenya, Mr. Speaker. So I recommend, especially those candidates who come from border